took the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with... So you know how Kendrick Lamar has come with that whole mustard? I'm sure Pico picks me up with that. Make me sound like mustard! You know what our remix is for St. Martin? And I think I'm going to make a song. Somebody going to help me with the song. And instead of screaming out mustard, right now, on this present moment, right now, I know you are saying to yourself, bikes! Because these bikes is getting a little bit out of hand. Just a little bit. According to research, apparently, at least one person on this lovely 37 square mile island, once a month, somebody passes away from, if not a road accident, but a biker. Let me say that again so that you can understand why those who are not so in love with the bikes are hating right now. Because remember when people were dying from car accidents and the whole thing was, oh my God, St. Martin's so small, where you going so fast? What happened to you? You can't be driving all over the place. We gonna both reach at the same time. And the bikers used to be like, kak, kak, kak. That's why you should get a bike and just screw through the whole accident. Now, the focus is on the bikers because, one, for some reason, people are just picking up a bike from wherever and they just jump on it and start to drive and say, let's see how it goes. You've been seeing how it's going, and we're not seeing any different in our attitude and the ways that we drive. Even more so, the drivers, and as much as the drivers don't tell all you bikers this, but most of the time they're thinking about running all you off the road. And the only reason is not because you have the audacity to drive next to somebody's car, and then when you already know you're wrong, you're going to look back like, bitch, what are you doing on the road? Excuse me, I'm driving. What else is happening on the road? Nobody. Used to trip on the bikers so much, and then it ended up being a certain group. So, youngsters from the neighborhoods that have a bike, don't wear a helmet, trouble! And that's because just yesterday, for example, a biker stopped in Phillipsburg. I think it was a 14-year-old or a 17-year-old that was driving the bike. Stopped, saw a tourist, robbed the tourist. Yesterday, Sunday. So we still ain't gonna do nothing. And don't tell me nothing about ban them. Ban them. You should ban your ass. Because you know nobody going to ban no scooter because you need deliveries. Right? Food deliveries. What else can I be talking about? So, What are we going to do about the bikers? Are we going to continue to ignore them? Or are we going to just knock them off the road? I'm just joking. Oh, you stop it. No. Or you don't knock off nobody off the road. But it's getting serious, and too much persons, too much of our loved ones are dying. And today, it's not you, so you can share a video of an accident and go like, RIP, my friend. Or as a responsible person who's on the road, how about we all coexist? Because we have no choice. The bikers ain't going nowhere. People, the more we scream out and say that we should ban bikers on this 37 square miles, is the more you should think of why haven't we banned gambling? Oh, yeah, I know. Why haven't we banned, I don't know, alcohol? Let's just ban everything that's bad for us. Let's ban the politicians. No, we ain't doing that. So be careful out there. Be mindful of each other. And also, are you bikers, are you stop the disrespect by looking back at a vehicle? Because last time I checked, bike versus car. Do I need to finish that sentence? It can't work. Unless you're the spokesperson of the police and get your windshield mashed up in the middle of the day on Colby Hill by a biker. It's not funny, Josefa, sorry. But seriously, how much more are we going to take from these lovely bikers? I think that's a question that we all should ask ourselves. What else is happening? Of course, the government of St. Martin is continuing to govern. Why? Because they had a press conference on Friday afternoon where you had the 6 members of parliament, National Alliance, we had the UP, and we had the No Party. And they held a press conference where they said that the budget of 2025 has not yet been finalized, and this government has been making a travesty of our constitutional right to have a budget in time. I know, stop laughing, stop. That was not a joke. That's not a punchline. Wait. So then, after an hour of, complaining about the government, that just got there a couple of months ago, and they are the reason why you are having a bad day right now, which is the government. They're doing the worst job. And then you have the opposition being, I don't know, tattletales coming out telling you we having issues. So I have the highlight. I'm just going to show you some of the concerns. And they have good concerns though. So if you have noticed, we have many members of parliament screaming, kicking, asking for an update with budget 2025. To the average person in St. Martin, we would view it as, what are they talking about? The budget was passed unanimously. So why are they asking about the budget 2025? There are a couple of things, if we can recollect. The first day of budget meeting, there was a media sensation that they took a picture and sensationalized the fact that some members of opposition was not there. My colleague, MP La Cruz, stated in the notification, reasoning for not being there is that at the 11th hour, a meeting is scheduled for 10 a.m. At 9 a.m., we are receiving amendments and adjustments to the budget. The up faction will not go into something and be blindsided. However, we went in and we felt that we were misled. Reason being, the questions that we specifically asked, we were told that adjustments were made. We noticed that a lot of things were copy and paste. In one of my presentations to the minister, I said, you even have some of the numbers state 2024. And during my speech, we found out that there was an error in the VROMI numbers. However, in discussion with staff and the minister, that they alluded that everything was fixed. And in the elucidation, it was stated, my opinion was,
We are finally going to give them a chance to do what they said and promised they are going to do for the country and await the amendments that were supposed to come in March. To this day, there is an issue with the budget, and we have no idea what the issue is. I don't know if you like to chime in.
Good afternoon to my colleagues here. Good afternoon to the media. Good afternoon, St. Martin. Not only based on the national budget, it was already a skeleton budget. It was a budget that I personally had to deal with as minister going, transitioning over into an MP. What is important to note is what was already budgeted, and especially for the people of the system, those that are within the justice ministry, as we have seen with the batches, for example. This was already budgeted before, and looking into it, we are, I think, in the next 5 days, this government is already 3 months in office, and since taking office, as a member of parliament and the Minister of Justice who took office maybe 3 months ago, has not till to date initiated one batch of 25 lumps persuaded, or is it national decrees, the national decrees for members of her ministry. And it is vital to know that you are also putting the safety and security of our country at risk, as you want the officers to be in Dutch, you say tevreden, you want them to feel at ease that they're getting what they deserve. So during my administration and the administration before, we have already given over 10 batches, but till to date again, nothing was done. Also, what needs to be recognized is the system that we have with immigration. It is very important to note that the people of this country is suffering. Who are the people of the country? Is it just the electorate? Is it just the individuals that have residency? Or also the other inhabitants that are here working and being abused by the system, where they cannot get proper bank accounts, they cannot get anything because of the lack of having documentation. However, this is a St. Martin problem. What needs to be done and also needs to be budgeted is how much immigration can also bring in as a revenue. If I was still in office, because I had other plans as well on how we can generate income, we're not here today to criticize the government, but criticism has to come when it needs to come. We have been given dispensation letters, we have been given statements of guarantee, we have been given all kinds of different things on a level on an immigration basis, and St. Martin is not making the revenue that is needed. I have not seen, for this 3 months, I have not seen any effort from this Minister of Justice for the masses. Okay, I have seen where, and it's to the prerogative of each minister whether they want to continue where another minister left off. But in this particular administration, I'm seeing everything's been reversed. What has been taking place for people who have friends in politics. What is important is the people out there. So you can reverse whatever you want, but what is being done with the process is where you have laws, and we have a legal expert as a minister who knows exactly the law. And when you file for residency, it has to take about 4 months of time in order for people to get what they are asking for. However, after taking office, I have not seen the need of this minister to hit the ground running. I have seen that everything is just relaxed, everything is just quiet, but yet the people out there are suffering. So I would like to know today, I have to express it because I've learned moreover that the minister stating that there was no overdraft, there was nothing given over, but the agreement was that we would have met, we would have sit together and have that conversation. Till today, the minister have never invited me to have a sit down, but yet you can talk about that the former minister never gave you anything. If you're not willing to sit on behalf of this country, if you're not willing to sit with the people as well, who allowed you, because yes, you're not a politician, but the people who elected your party has allowed you to sit in that seat. And it's important that you connect with the people because your ministry is very vital. And the ministry is a ministry that has to deal with people, not only the civil servants, but those that are outside here. So with that said, I think I will rest my case. As politicians, we are not only here to play politics, but give what is due to the people back to them.
So I'm gonna go in and give basically a timeline as to this whole discussion in regards to the publication of the budget. On February 3rd of this year, I sent a letter to the Chair of Parliament. The subject matter was clarity on the publication of the approved 2025 national budget. I'm writing you this letter to seek clarity on the publication of the 2025 national budget. In accordance to Article 32 of the Constitution, the national ordinance is adopted by the government and the Parliament. Furthermore, Article 89 states that the national ordinance must be published in order to take effect. In the exact words, de bekendmaking in de inwerkingtreding van de landsverordening wordt bij de landsverordening geregeld. Zij treden niet in werking voordat het is bekendgemaakt. So given, and also mentioned in the letter, given that the budget is crucial for the financial instrument for the country, I am concerned about the delay in publication and what ramifications it would have for the people of Zimbabwe. On February 5th, I saw a press release from the minister, so I sent a letter to the Chair of Parliament. Then I saw a press release from the minister indicating the budget, which was approved by Parliament on January 17, 2025, is currently undergoing the necessary post-approval procedures before its official publication. And then it goes on to state the 2025 national budget has 6 numerical amendments, 3 from government, 3 from Parliament. Then it goes on to say that the minister don't emphasize that the standard procedure for the budget not to be published at the same time but sometime after. For context, the amendment for the 2024 national budget on October 29th was published on the 5th of November, even though it had no changes. Given that the 2025 budget contains 6 amendments, it is understandable that this process is taking longer than usual. So here already, they're not indicating that there is an issue, and everything is fine, it's just taking longer. Goes on February 10th, I sent a second follow-up letter to the Chair of Parliament, following up on the publication of the 2025 national budget. On February 11th, the Prime Minister wrote a letter to Parliament stating the following: update on the budget was the subject. There are a total of 7 amendments, 3 from government and 4 from Parliament. Incorporating of 2 of these approved amendments has revealed some technical issues that must be resolved before the finalization of the end text. This has contributed to the delay in completing the process. We had a meeting in Parliament with respect to a whole different subject matter. It was a committee meeting of country expenditures, where in the notifications, myself and other colleagues brought up the point that the published budget has not been seen by the public. The minister's response was that a second letter was coming in order to give us clarity as to what is taking place. So basically, I'm not sure if it was undercutting the letter from the Prime Minister, but basically saying, don't worry with that because we brought up this letter. A letter is coming to explain what is going on. On February 12th, our faction, the National Alliance, sent another letter requesting to get the clarification on the urgent budget process and the delays to the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. So now we send a letter to the government now seeking clarification on February 12th, which to date, we still haven't received any response. Some of those questions are, what are the specific technical issues emerged from the amendments, and why were they not foreseen earlier in the process? Because I'm sure the public can remember, before the budget is approved, the ministers get the opportunity to give their feedback on the feasibility of such. So the minister would say, hey, listen, you want to move 250,000 guilders from this budget post to that budget post, is not feasible because X, Y, Z. Every single minister stood there and gave their full blessings and approval based on advice from their technical staff before they responded. The second question was, can the Prime Minister provide a clear timeline for when the final budget end text will be completed and submitted to Parliament? What are the exact amendments submitted by the government and Parliament that impact the budget negatively that it hasn't been published? That was February 12th, we sent this. On the 17th of February, finally receiving a response from the letter on February 3rd from the Chair of Parliament, we basically giving a synopsis how the budget was passed on the 17th of January, but no information as to what we are here discussing. So simply saying that this is a procedure, but the procedure is not being followed, and the government or the coalition, so to speak, are not being open and transparent. That's why when my colleague Aaron brought up in the meeting that how is it possible that staff from Parliament, staff from the ministries, and are having discussions, they know what the problem is, yet they're not disclosing the issue to us as members of Parliament. So some members of Parliament know what is happening without the entire body being openly and transparently communicated to with regard to that. Lastly, today, our faction sent another letter with the following points to the Minister of Finance and also the Minister of General Affairs. Will the government make any expenditures or payments based on the proposed 2025 budget despite its lack of ratification and publication? So the budget has to be ratified by the governor and subsequently published. This has not happened. So anything that is happening right now, any payment, everything that is being done illegally based on a constitutional obligation to publish the budget. And up to today, we have started this trajectory from February 3rd and have not received a response from the Minister of Finance with regards to the delay. So I look to my colleague on the left to further expound on that point.
So I want to clarify, good afternoon everyone, good afternoon colleagues, good afternoon to the media, and the public. I want to clarify one item that my colleague just mentioned. Not everything that's being done illegally, but everything that we are doing based on Budget 2025, that's our concern.
Yes,
that
indeed.
Budget 2025 was approved by Parliament, but it's not being published, it's not being ratified. So you cannot execute based on the Constitution. You cannot start to say, hey, we'll start to execute about 2025 plans anymore. So based on Article 100 of the Constitution, we have a lot of limitations. The government can only execute based off the 2024 budget. So things that were approved data. And what's a big concern is that the 2024 budget was basically done by us in 2023 for our vision then. So there's no hiring. So for the next few months until the budget has been ratified, we can't hire anybody. So the government's basically handicapped. We've seen, for example, the whole Soul Beach discussion. Soul Beach cannot be paid in 2025 because budget 2025 has not been ratified. They talk about, say, the Carnival MOU and the increasing of Carnival and the budget for Carnival. That cannot be paid because budget 2025 has not been ratified or published. But we have heard from some individuals like businesses that, hey, yeah, we got you with a contract, whatever. So that's as a faction today, our concerns are, is the government working against our highest laws, which is the Constitution? Are you executing payments based on 2025 without a ratified budget? And how are you doing that without a legal basis? That's our questions today. And honestly, thanks to SMN News, I would say, and the shop, we actually get some more information about what's going on in the government. I don't know, I don't because of coalition, but we've been asking for the last 2 weeks about the budget and support, and then we have to read in the media that the government is doing some novel red paving or novel law, which I had no idea what that was until I started the page, but I did make some calls in the Netherlands and to find out exactly what it was and how can they apply to semantics. So basically, the novel law is a system where you write a law to replace another law. So the parliament, let's say the parliament of the Netherlands made a mistake with the parliament of the Netherlands made a mistake with their legislation, they write another piece of legislation to replace that one. The difference there is they have a two-chamber system. So their Tweede Kamer, their second chamber, their parliament makes a law. They send that law to the first chamber, and there the first chamber then decides, hey, we see a mistake, we need to fix it, and send it back down. We do not have that system in Zimbabwe. So based on our constitution, the only body that is able to amend the law is the parliament. So technically, you have to come back to the body. If there's a mistake that happened, you have to come back to Parliament for us to fix the mistake. But what they're trying to do is find every way possible to circumvent the constitutional, our constitutional rights as members of Parliament to hide their mistakes. So the most unethical procedure possible. And I think, we still here in Parliament, and members of Parliament are mentioning, for example, they can't vote in a referendum because we didn't follow the Constitution. But as a coalition, you're willing to break the Constitution to hide your mistakes. In addition to that, you are not able to even, COLA's coming up. MP Linda mentioned, MP Lewis mentioned the justice workers. Justice workers now working overtime, right? They can't even pay overtime based on the fact that they have to use 2024 budget. So we have a lot of police officers now technically working in vain because they're not going to be paid overtime or either until it's ratified. And then you have payments piling up, which means, again, everything will be delayed. Which also means the whole hoopla about revenue generation and all the plans that they had, that's also delayed. So basically, in 2025, we're going to be working on a 2023 vision that we put there. Not their vision for 2025, because it will not be able to execute. They're not going to bring a budget amendment from me, which also technically means by 2026 will be delayed again. And only because they want to hide the fact that we messed up. The lack of accountability. Just come up to Parliament and say, hey, this is the mistakes that we made, let's get it done, let's fix it. And early on, MP Omar Abi mentioned that being misled, because someone asked me a question, yes, we approved the budget, but we approved the budget because we're misled. Since the budget has been approved, we've been hearing even more stuff. And the fact that ministers are willing to lie to municipalities, right, assuming that we would never find out, I think we as members of parliament have to really take a deeper look at ourselves and decide what will the next steps be, or consequences be for that. Because I have to trust the government that at the very least you will properly inform us of members of parliament. And if we find out after the fact that you are simply lying to members of parliament, the people of Somalia, people, yeah, right? That we have to take a closer look at ourselves and what will the next steps be in terms of consequences.
Just to give you a little insight, baby, and I've stated it numerous times. So some people might say, but you're a member of parliament, how can you be misled? You will have to do your research. And that goes back to the first comment that we made, whereby numbers will be numbers. A budget consists of numbers, and then a budget consists of a nota and explanatory notes, etc. Amendments were made during the budget debate, while the debate is going on, changing explanatory notes and changing the aspect of where numbers will come from, right? And that is where most of the issues are. On top of that, the treatment that you see opposition getting in parliament is blatantly unfair. During many times in parliament when I speak, I'm being cut off, I'm being told that, hey, remember it's clarification, and then when certain members of coalition speak, they go around the globe and back. There was even a point to the public where my colleague here was asking to stop the meeting for an hour so he can review a document that was just given. And the chair basically told him no. This is why we say we were misled. This is why we say while information is coming, we are asking to postpone so we can review, and the chair is saying no. I don't know even if you remember, my colleague right next to me was walking to the tribune. They called his name to speak. He is walking, and they slammed the gavel saying he is not present. This is the type of unfair treatment we have been receiving in parliament. At the end of the day, opposition or not, we are members of parliament. I don't know if you like to chime in.
A blessed afternoon to one and all your the social media followers and my fellow colleagues, Bibi, Saran, and Mr. Dick, thank you for being here. You know, one of the things while listening to my colleagues, I asked one of the staff to bring this document so that everyone could see what is actually what the members of parliament receive when we speak of the budget. And this is a document that we have to review, and it was pushed and rushed to prove a point. And that is what happened when you rush and push to be able to say we passed a budget at an early stage or earlier than anyone else before. Okay? If you recall, during the meetings, I mentioned it numerous times. I said I was not going to focus on the numbers, because once I started looking at the numbers, I realized right away that there was something wrong. It didn't make any sense to me. While every day in the meeting, we continuously receive new documents, attachments, new documents to the budget. So, you know, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but you approved it. A lot of people are going to go out there and say, hey, that's your job to review it. But we, as the members of parliament.
Hey, interesting, right? All right, let's take a break. When we come back, more late night. Stay with us.
You've dreamt it. You've worked hard for it. And now you've got it. You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor and know that you're covered in case of a disaster, like an unexpected fire or a vehicular collision. At Magical Insurances, we focus on settling your claims quickly and fairly so you can get back to enjoying your life. Magical Insurances, fast, fair, and always there.
What is it?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link,
You hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big butt.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though.
Welcome back to the late night show. All right, let's continue. I know that Carnival is coming up, and there have been so many things that's been going on. So I decided to do something positive and give you this throwback of Carnival 2024, because we're in 2025 now. I gotta start to get you in the mood for Carnival. Okay, Pete, roll it. Carnival today, and we are at the lovely Joycelyn Arenal Festival Village. How are you? I'm here with lovely Jasenia. She's going to be accompanying us on this journey called Taste of Carnival.
Taste of Carnival, here I am. I'm Jess.
So queen, she would like it. I'm Jess. So what we're going to do today is we are going to go to different booths and we are going to sample these lovely signature drinks from these booths. Jess, you had any of them already?
I have not had any as yet.
So we're going to surprise you today.
This is my first time and I'm super excited.
We're doing it. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And maybe you might get taller. Yes.
Let's give it a try.
Let's give it a try. Taste the Carnival. Hi.
We're here at booth 55, Buster and Barbie. We're gonna have some signature shots.
Some who give us a shot? You take a shot already? You just ready to go? Oh my gosh! Yes, so we here. We were just passing and trying to get a special drink. Me and Jasenia just say, okay, well, we saw something very interesting. It's called peanut butter jelly shots. You like peanut butter? You're not allergic, are you?
I'm not allergic.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allergic, but I'm not a fan of peanut butter either.
We're putting the cameraman on the spot for Carnival today. Pete, come on down. Let's go. Let's do this. Let me be taking it. We go in. And of course, the booth holder number 55 in the village. Done do. All righty then.
One shot.
One shot.
What peanut butter?
All right.
I ain't tasting no peanut butter.
Thank God you don't taste the peanut butter. Thank God.
It's pretty good. No peanut butter.
It's pretty
taste.
good. Yes. So
You
look
don't
out.
taste the peanut butter.
No, I have to taste yet. Whoa! It's burning. It's burning my heart. What the hell?
That's my new favorite shot.
Thank you.
It's pre-pop-up.
Yes. It did.
Okay, I see what it is.
It's really good. It's very smooth, and it has a very high taste of tequila. Like I can
And first of all, what I need you to do is use your inside voice because my head is spinning.
It hits you so fast.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, look for Buster. Boot number 55. I need a Buster. Take number 275. Welcome to 16 ounce, home of the big cup. And it looks like it's going to be my home for the next couple of days because this is the home of the famous wet panty shot. Oh, have you ever had a wet panty?
I've never had one. I've never had a wet panty.
Well, then you just put it to dry. Let's do this. Eat. You gotta come back again. We are doing this. You ever had a wet panty?
You know?
I've created many wet panties.
Create, Pete.
I was gonna say.
This is a family show. Let's go.
Not this panty.
You know your mic on. All right. Thank
That
you.
was good.
That was actually good.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
really
there.
sweet. Yeah.
And it's but that's the kicker. That's how they catch you. The
That's how they
sweetness.
creep up.
Yeah, and then they creep up and catch you after that.
It was nice.
We're sampling different boots. This is our second boot. We're going to do one more for today. And then
Mr. Bartender,
Mr. Bartender.
can
Thank
we have
you.
you for a moment?
Yes, miss. How are we doing today?
Good. So I have a question for you.
Yes, miss.
What is so special about the wet panty drink?
If it's not dripping wet, don't drink it.
I love that.
He, like,
There you
he
have it.
prepared all his life for that line. Wow. That was good. I love it.
It's a question of the day.
That's a question that they usually get.
The question of the year.
Okay then.
You know,
So
we came out last year with this concoction and it's been well accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a party teller.
Very
I tell you,
good.
my name is Bartender, so if you want to come and drop some tails after you had a couple rounds, I'm right here for you.
There you go, guys.
boot number 58, 59. And of course, I see in double. 16 ounce is the name of the boot. Make sure you check them out. When you come to the festival village, you're gonna have some more wet panties.
I think I'm gonna have some more wet panties. Let's see.
One more boot.
Andrew.
1 minute.
Hi. How are you?
Yourself?
Very good, thank you. So I have a question for you. I'm seeing here that you have an amazing booth. I want to know, what is your specialty drink?
So we actually have 4 specialty drinks. Our specialty is corn-proof, Plan B, hot wave Campari, and we also have 69.
Oh, nice. Which one would you suggest me to taste?
Personally, I would suggest you the Horn-proof. It's very nice.
The
Horn-proof.
horn-proof.
Yes.
Horn-proof, guys. Horn-proof. Let's try the horn-proof.
Gotcha.
Hot waves. Oh wow, it's a presentation for me, guys. So here at Hot Waves.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's taste this. Very pretty, huh?
It has a kick to it.
It does have a kick, strong kick. Wow, I think I'm done for today. Wow, this is really good. Horn proof.
Thank you very much.
So this is what?
This is about 68 and 69.
68 and 69, guys. Hot Waves. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out Horn proof drink, and the presentation is exquisite.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Jasenia, I need you to step. I need you to go on 1 foot. Do it.
Let me try. Hold
Do it.
up.
Let's go. It's a test.
Left or right?
Anyone. Let's go. Karate Kid. She balancing.
I did it.
I just doing it. I just playing around
It's time
because.
for you to try it. I dare you.
Yeah, I just did. What happened to you? This is what you call balancing Carnival. Of course, we like to thank the boot holders for participating. They were good sports. I was not there for the last one because I had to go and pick my guts
Right.
out. No, I just wanted to give Jesse the welcome of not being there.
That's not true, guys. You see for yourself. You saw for yourself.
Just put me on the spot like that. Stay with us. Make sure to tell your friends. It's Carnival 2024, baby. And you getting a taste of...
Carnival.
Oh, she gets it. All right, also, let's take another commercial break, and then when we come back, I'll tell you what that also is. You paying attention? Good.
Make the switch. Get faster internet for less.
Something good gonna happen in this year, and I am grateful that I made it here. Yesterday's gone and a new day has appeared, but this year your blessings I'm embracing. Hey, healing have to come my way, blessings have to come my way. Winning, we winning and we here to stay. It's the blessings me say will find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss if ever gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Money gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss the blessings gonna find me here. Oh, na, 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 na.
Okay, let's go.
And I'll fall on my knees. Tell me how's the way to be. Tell me how's the way to go. Tell me all that I should know. And I'll fall on my knees. Tell me how's the way to go. Tell me how's the way to be. To evoke some empathy. And I'll fall on my knees. Tell me how's the way to go. Tell me how's the way to see. Show me all that I could be.
Hello, my people. Make sure you tune in to Sit, Sip, and Chat every Monday at 5 p.m. on TV 15 and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
And make sure tune in to the late night show with Andrew Dick from Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. with a repeat in the afternoon for no reason. In the afternoon, the late night show at 3 p.m. Thank you, TV 15.
Thank you, TV 15. Make sure to tune in
Make sure to tune in to the late night.
and Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Late night.
I'm too sexy for this syrup, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for this chain, too sexy for your game, too sexy for this fame. Yeah, yeah. I'm too sexy for the trap, too sexy for that cap, too sexy for that jack. Yeah, yeah. Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, I'm feeling too.
Flashback. Let's go into the flashback. It's important for you to know where we were and where we still are. Let's go to it.
All right, time for your year in review, usually on the first of the year. New year, new me. That's not actually true. Okay, I'm trying to get a slogan that is appropriate because every year we make unrealistic goals for the upcoming year. And then when we end the year, we notice that it's the same struggles, the same problems. So then how do you adjust yourself and tell yourself that you're stuck in the same place? You just go ahead. You just do what you need to do. So, yeah.
in any case, Happy New Year. All the best for this year. And of course, we here at the Late Night Show appreciate you for having us in your home on a daily basis. And you bring us wherever you go on your phone. So I appreciate it very much. And no shade. I appreciate it. That's all I gotta say. All right, let's start off with the show today. Kids, today on the show, we have a good one for you. We're gonna look back at the year 2019, not like the Dick Awards, but a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit more realistic, a little bit more in real time. The month of January was a very interesting one. Why? Because January was the month of savagery. All right? I call it Christa January. That makes sense? Christa January, because Christopher Emmanuel started off the year by bringing a motion against the Minister of Theatre at the time. That was Tourism Minister Stuart Johnson. And of course, the cruise. Remember the famous cruise? Let's relive it back now. Take a look. Me in January.
I would like to know, seriously, because it was told to us that he went on a trip. Now we are told that it's a cruise. I would like to know, it's a family cruise, a gay cruise, a friendship cruise. What kind of cruise? A business cruise? I would like to know what kind of cruise. The Parliament of St. Martin, in its meeting of today, January the 21st, 2019, considering that one of the roles of Parliament is to call on government to give account for its actions and decisions and lack thereof. That when called upon, every minister has an obligation to provide truthful information to Parliament, answer questions truthfully, and provide clarity when needed and requested. That on several occasions, the Minister of Theatre, Mr. Stuart Johnson, has been called upon to give account to the people of St. Martin through the Parliament of St. Martin, and that most of these times the minister simply refused to appear in Parliament, and on one occasion even cited that in his opinion the requested meeting was premature. That again a request for the Minister Stuart Johnson to attend a meeting of Parliament has fallen on deaf ears, as Parliament has not been informed of his absence prior to the meeting, and it is also our understanding that Minister Stuart Johnson have left the island to go on a cruise. That the airport is the gateway to our economy. Thus, this meeting is as important as one, the reconstruction of our airport is top priority in the recovery process.
January was also the month that the Member of Parliament of the Christian Party at the time, Chacho Claude Peterson, wanted the World Bank to build a hurricane shelter. Like he wanted the World Bank to finance the new government building, and the way that he could do that is by making a shelter so that we could attract tourists. Yeah, Chacho, we didn't forget about that, Mr. Hulk. Let me go back to it.
Maybe it is something that, as a parliament, we can have the Prime Minister come in, maybe with the representative of steering committee, and see maybe if this is something we can finance via the World Bank. I think if it's something that Mr. Marlin supports, he definitely would have my support to make that a World Bank project. I think to Mr. Richardson, thinking as an engineer now, putting on that hat, one of the major issues we have had post-Irma is shelters. So maybe if you can incorporate that into your concept and let's make it a shelter. I know you spoke about bulletproof glass. I'm sure, again, that's an engineering feat that can be solved, that we maybe even be able to have a shelter where people can, come in during hurricane season. So instead of people leaving, you will have, like people, the former speaker mentioned about holding on to the fence. These are thrill seekers. So maybe we can also have some space in there where people can witness the hurricane, you know, via the transparent glass and experience those winds and those debris flying and all of that. So I definitely think, Mr. Chair, that it's something maybe we can discuss if we can bring in the shelter aspect of it. It's something we may be able to discuss with the World Bank. And then, you know, as Parliament, we could surely give an indication to the government whether it's something we feel is really needed.
And then also in February, Leona Marlin Romeo, our Prime Minister at the time, had feel confident. She was feeling good. She could just cuss off the opposition at the time. We all know how that ended up. But anyway, this was her spunk at the time when she was asked about the opposition doing their job.
We have noted that there's been some severe criticism against the government by the opposition in Parliament. How would you respond to these criticisms?
That was exactly going to be my response. The opposition is just doing their job. They're in opposition.
Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
That is it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, share, like, and subscribe. Till tomorrow, have a good one.